I hope everybody had a great holiday and all of that. And holidays went by quick, man. It is fast approaching the end of the year. We have a lot of big things coming up. 2025. Looking forward to that. But I want to talk a little bit about President Biden, and I also want to talk about the Baltimore Ravens. What is going on with Justin Tucker? We're going to talk about all of that. So yesterday, President Biden, of course, he's on his way out. He's on his way out the door. And I think that Biden has made a couple of mistakes, right? He's made a couple of mistakes. And I think that one of the mistakes that he made actually is not pardoning his son. I don't think that was a mistake. I think that the mistake that President Biden has made in relationship to his son, he shouldn't even said that he wasn't going to pardon him in the first place. He shouldn't even said anything, right? And because what they do is that they're going to be using his words against him. And the media, the mainstream media that has normalized Donald Trump's felonies, normalized his behavior, normalized the allegations made about him, that have normalized that, are going to also turn around and act like Joe Biden is a big hypocrite, right? So who out there would not have pardoned their own son? Donald Trump did a lot of crazy pardoning, but President Biden has pardoned his son. He did it yesterday, Sunday. And he is sparing the younger Biden the possible prison sentence for federal felony gun and tax convictions, reversing his past promise not to use the extraordinary powers of the presidency for benefit for his family. Now, I think that is, it's good that he did it. They're talking about Biden's legacy has been affected. We have a felon who is about to take the oath of office in a little over a month. And you want to talk about the legacy of the president? I mean, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So the Democratic president previously said he would not pardon his son or commute his sentence after convictions in 2 cases in Delaware and California. He shouldn't even have opened his mouth at all about that. He should not have opened his mouth. He should have just said, we're going to wait and see, right? But if he did not pardon his son, Trump was going to really rake him over the coals. That's what I say. This saga hopefully is over. I want the Biden family to fade black, right? Thank you for coming through. God bless. Good night. Okay. The younger Biden has been under investigation for a while, I guess back in 2020. And they have just been tormenting this guy who struggles with a lot of things, right? He struggles with a lot of things. Now, Biden, like I said, he's going to be devastated. I couldn't keep my word and blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff. Democrats, throw all that out the window because you're going to see a whole bunch of promise breaking like you've never seen before when the Republicans get back in office. You're going to see that. So him pardoning his son who has, substance abuse problems, to say the least. He has a lot of problems. And, it's over, right? It's over. Hopefully, I don't want to see none of the Bidens anymore. I don't. I'm tired of them. Bidens are part of the reason why we have Trump, part of the reasons why we didn't have Trump, and part of the reasons why we have Trump, as ironic as that is. Publicly, Joe Biden never wavered. Privately, I'm sure he was telling the people behind the scenes that he was going to eventually pardon his son. So why did he even open his mouth at all? Because they're going to use that against him. The Democrats give opponents the fodder to use against them. They do it every time. But he has a special announcement of this sweeping pardon for Hunter Biden. A lot of folks will say that he's pardoned some other people, right? I would have loved to have seen him pardon Marilyn Mosby. I mean, since we're just throwing pardons around, pardon my girl Marilyn Mosby. I guess you still got time to do that, so that could still happen. But the credibility, right? Has his credibility been damaged, President Biden? I mean, Joe Biden's old, right? So, but let's not talk about credibility when we have a convicted felon that is about to enter the White House once again. All right. And so when you take a look at Biden's choice, making use of a power guaranteed in the Constitution with very few limits, it makes sense. Because understand this, when Donald Trump comes in office, those folks that ran up in the Capitol, the violent ones that were sentenced, he's going to more than likely pardon them. So I don't want to hear nothing about pardons. Oh, he pardoned his son. He's going to pardon. Joe Biden's going to pardon some other people on the way out. So we don't know who he's going to pardon. It's still time. Biden obviously flip-flopped on that. But who out there would not have pardoned their own son or daughter? Right? Come on now. You would have pardoned your own son or daughter, or bare minimum, holiday gatherings would have been kind of weird. Right? You didn't pardon your own son, or daughter for that matter, and you could. So we're going to hear criticisms, but those critics are ignoring a bigger truth. Joe Biden's decision, it was trickier than whether or not just to keep his only living son out of prison. Right? Many will say that it was just entirely selfish. A move by a guilty father, going with this gut feeling, and maybe they're going to say that too, right? Maybe they're going to say that. Maybe that is the case, but I don't know. Let me see. Let's go to Facebook. What are they saying on Facebook? I would have Tiffany Page on Facebook. She says that I would have my cousins, aunt, and uncles too. All right, yeah. I mean, I agree with you. Right. I don't know. Some of my cousins, it is the jury's still out on whether I would have pardoned some of my cousins. But my aunts and uncles, yeah. Okay, yeah, no doubt. I got a couple cousins on my mother's side. That's a story for another day. All right. So, so you have that. Now, why did President Biden pardon his son? So I came up with a few reasons, okay? And I think that the biggest reason is Donald Trump has made no secret of his desire to keep going after the Bidens. So you have that. Okay, so you're going to, there's a lot of things at stake. Now, so if Kamala Harris had won the presidency, I don't think that Joe Biden would have pardoned his son. I think that Kamala would have done it. But it didn't work out like that. So, Joe had to do Joe things, right? He said that he was only going to be a one-term president. He was just a bridge. He went back on that, changed his mind about that, right? Said he wasn't going to pardon his son, right? Changed his mind on that. That's cool, right? Whatever, it's cool. All right, so that's what he did, because a lot of folks would have did it. For years, Hunter Biden and his work for the Ukrainian energy company has been like catnip for conservatives, many of whom still believe that the money paid to Hunter for his work on Burisma, on that board, was a big bag of cash for the Bidens. A lot of them still believe that. So with Joe Biden, they think skimming off the top. So you had that. And if Donald Trump comes in office and this pardon had not taken place, then, that was just going to be something crazy that they were going to have to deal with. So I think that is probably the biggest reason for the pardon. Now, Hunter Biden's cases with an S were handled differently. There is no point disputing this fact. Most experts have concluded that for anyone else facing those charges, the cases would have likely, been handled with an in and out plea deal, one that was on the table but rejected by the Trump appointed judge for what they called a novel sweep. All right, let's see. What is Tiffany Page saying on Facebook? What did she say? His wife told him to. She said, yeah, and that might be true. So she's saying on Facebook, Tiffany Page is saying that Joe Biden's wife told him to. She tells him to do a lot of things, right? She kind of tells him what to do, and sometimes she's right, sometimes she's wrong. She's got to be the one to take care of him, or she's gonna pay the people to take care of him. But whatever, you know what I mean. So yeah, you better get that boy out. You better pardon that boy, right? Where was Joe Biden going to sleep at if he didn't let his son come home? So anyway, the prosecution became even more novel once the Trump-nominated U.S. Attorney for Delaware won the special counsel standing in the Hunter Biden case, and everything changed. Everything changed after that with protected standing. The special counsel, David Weiss, who is still trying to, do stuff to Hunter Biden, to continue down his path that yielded convictions on 3 federal felony counts for illegally buying a gun, 9 guilty pleas on federal tax charges. Hunter Biden was due to be sentenced on the gun charge on December 12th, followed by a December 16th sentence on the tax evasion plea. So, if given the maximum penalties, which was unlikely, he would have faced 42 years in prison. But I don't believe that he would have done any time in prison if Kamala Harris had won. Now, with that going the other way, and you have Donald Trump winning, okay, whole new set of circumstances, whole different thing. Joe Biden was backed in a corner. And like Tiffany Page said on Facebook, the wife probably said that, and we agree. She was right this time. She tells him to do a lot of things. She told him to run for president again. She was wrong about that one. Talking about his wife. So, inaction from Joe Biden was never really an option. He had to pardon this. What was he going to do? Yes, he flip-flopped with zero apology. And I think this is probably one of the gutsiest things that he's did. It's like, I told y'all I wasn't going to do it. Yeah, I pardoned my son. What? That's what he's saying. What you going to do? And so, I just wish that he hadn't ran his mouth so much talking about he wasn't going to pardon him. Then you wouldn't have to be, feeling like, how he's probably feeling. But family is supposed to be central to the Biden brand. So how is he going to leave? How is he going to leave his only living son to rot, basically? He's spent, 50 years in politics insisting that I don't know. He said one thing, and that family stands above all other concerns. So what else was he going to do? And Joe Biden could do this without much of a check. It's like Joe Biden's like who going to check me? The power of the president is absolute, and the president's alone. He has it. And understand this. We're going to be talking about this when it happens, and I think that's going to happen probably by February or as soon as he can. Donald Trump is going to pardon those folks that are in jail for running in the Capitol. That's it's going to happen. At least some of them. He's going to say he says he's only going to pardon the ones that are innocent. He thinks they're all innocent. Right? They're going to have this big parade. They're going to be doing interviews on Fox News and all that. It's going to be a circus. It's going to be a circus. So we have that to prepare for. Now, Joe Biden was like, this is probably going to sting a little bit, but just for a small period of time. Folks going to be talking smack for a little bit of time, and then they're going to move on because we have so many more problems to deal with Donald Trump and the group that he is attempting to assemble. It is going to be a lot to deal with. So the pardoning of Hunter Biden, a known addict, is going to be something that is going to be, we're going to have forgotten all about that, dealing with some of the stuff that we're going to deal with. And so I wanted to, with all of that being said, I wanted to kind of get to another note because it's so much that we have a lot coming up. Okay. A lot of folks don't know yet. A lot of these folks that voted for Donald Trump don't know this yet. They don't know this yet, but you are going to regret your vote. You're going to regret it. Okay. And I just want y'all to know, all y'all Trump supporters, I'm going to be here to say I told you so. I'm going to be here to say it. I am going to be here to say I told you so when it happens. I wish that it wasn't. I wish I was going to be wrong, but I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not going to be wrong. You're going to see. You're going to see. Now, switching gears. Let me say this. Definitely let me know your thoughts. If you think that this Trump presidency is going to be the best thing since sliced bread, I want to hear from you. Comment section. Email me, djdiamondk@gmail.com on all social media. I am at The Diamond K Show. I love to hear from you and why you think that Donald Trump's presidency is going to be good. Now, if you are someone who understands, all you got to do is look at the history. And you know that this Donald Trump thing, we are headed for a circus. I want to hear from you as well. At The Diamond K Show on all social media, djdiamondk@gmail.com. So, one thing that, okay, let me see what Tiffany has said. Tiffany has some good stuff to say. Tiffany Page on Facebook says, especially the ones he sends across the border. You're absolutely right. My family has been saying I shouldn't act like this or feel like this, but I don't have any sympathy for any Spanish a person who has come to this country and voted for Donald Trump. When you get what the people that he is nominating are telling you that they're going to do, those that have become naturalized, they want to reverse that. The people that he's putting in these positions are saying what they're going to do. Now, of course, Donald Trump is smiling, doing a Hollywood talk. Oh, yeah, I love you, yeah, all that. But if you listen to the people that he's going to be put in the positions, like Holman and all those folks, then they are not your friends. But it's all right. It's okay. Y'all can act like MAGA means something that is going to help you. But it does not. It does not. Those folks that Donald Trump are assembling do not care about you, but it's okay. There's so many MAGA supporters that I interact with online, and I cannot wait. I can't wait. Like, I'm excited. Yes, I'm gonna be like in your face. In your face. Okay. Yes, and I understand that may be childish. All of that, I understand that, and petty and all of that. Yup, that's me. That's me. That is me. Now, switching gears on a lighter note, it is time. Like, I want to say this. Justin Tucker, one of the best in the business. Justin Tucker, he is the kicker currently for the Baltimore Ravens. I think that his time is winding down. He has had a season like not good. Okay, not good. And here's the thing about football. It's what have you done for me lately? Folks are like, what have you done for me lately? Justin Tucker for many years has been what they call automatic. Like they put the ball down, he kicks it, and it goes where it's supposed to go. It has been happening somewhat often that he's missing The biggest question facing the Baltimore Ravens right now has little to do with Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson has been on the money. Lamar Jackson has improved. Every year he's improved. But the kicking conundrum that we have right now is actually we're in crisis mode. How many games have we lost because Justin Tucker missed at his 2 jobs? He got 2 jobs, but they all involve kicking the ball, right? And so I don't understand. So I see people making excuses. Oh, it's not Justin Tucker's fault. Y'all shouldn't be waiting for Justin Tucker. It's the offense. It's the defense. It's the coaching. All of those things are a factor. But Justin Tucker is supposed to be able to kick the ball. All right. He's missing the extra point. He's missing field goals. He's missing everything. And so it is one of the subplots that has surprised me. I did not have Justin Tucker being washed up in 2024 on my bingo card. Wow. It has definitely been a surprise. Tucker's decline from one of the greatest of all time to a week in, week out liability has been painful to watch. As a Baltimore Ravens fan, it has been painful. It doesn't bring me any pleasure to have Justin Tucker on the list. He should be getting ready to be fired. Yeah, it's that bad. We need to be thinking about drafting a kicker next year. Not something that we would have expected. So we lost. The Baltimore Ravens lost yesterday to the Eagles. Now, Eagles got a great team, but we should have beat them. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? Points are premium in the game. The name of the game is to get points. And we've been missing a lot of opportunities. And one thing that happens here in Baltimore, the coaches tend to hold on to players too long. Before Harbaugh got here, we had a quarterback that should have been so gone, but the previous coach, maybe I think the quarterback was dating his daughter or something, and we kept losing. He was stinking up the joint, and he did not want to let him go. And eventually, they got both of them out of here, and then we end up getting Harbaugh. And so if Harbaugh makes the mistake of holding on to Justin Tucker too long, and I think after this season is too long, right? Hopefully they can get rid of him, right? I've never been a super big fan of John Harbaugh. I have not. And I think that here's how I describe Harbaugh. Harbaugh is a special teams coach. He fails up. He shouldn't even got the position, right? The team, the Baltimore Ravens, have been successful and have won despite John Harbaugh, not because of his decision-making, because his decision-making is crap. All right, his decision-making is crap. So we talk about what's working. The Baltimore Ravens continue to do a great job at stopping the run. That is what the Ravens do. We got that. We got that. Now, we did have problems containing Barkley. He eventually did surpass the 100-yard mark late in the game. Baltimore held the Eagles to 140 yards on the ground, well below their normal output. All right, so we got that. We got that going pretty good. And, that is something that we can be excited about. All right, we can be excited about that. Now, what needs help, even beyond Tucker's problems, Sunday it wasn't a great showing for Baltimore Ravens on the special teams. We had shaky returning punts. Ravens had to start 4 drives inside of our own 20 and 2 inside the 10. It's not circumstances that we need. All right. And so the Ravens defense continues to show signs of improvement. Harbaugh, as always, is just vague on things. Maybe somebody else is telling him what to do. Because when it comes down to it, Harbaugh doesn't really give a lot of clear and concise answers about anything. Right? Hey, Harbaugh, what's your name? Analytics. Shut up. All right, so the Ravens, we do have a few injuries. Vanoy, Bateman, dealing with some knee soreness. So we always have that. Through his first 12 seasons, Tucker made 90% of his field goals. 90%. That has dropped to 70% this season. He had a 95% success rate from under 50 yards, and that has dipped to 83. So when you look at the raw numbers, you might say, okay, well, it's not that bad, right? It's not. It's bad. It's bad because we need him to do so much more. Sometimes we need him to win the game, and he's been losing the game in a lot of things. So the Ravens have this week off before a December 15th road game against the Giants, which we should dominate that. Then we come back home for Pittsburgh, and that may determine whether Baltimore has any shot to win the AFC North. We were looking so good and things were so promising, but a lot of reasons why we are in this position. Let me see what my girl Tiffany on Facebook is saying. Sabotage. You think that they are paying Justin to sabotage the game? Okay. What are you talking about, Tiffany? I have heard other people say this, but that makes no sense. Who's this they you speak of? Who's this they? Who would be paying Justin Tucker to throw the game, right? And no, absolutely not. It cost Tucker so much more being a loser. All of the endorsements that he gets are because of his success rates. So him performing poorly, somebody paid him a little bit of money, and that's supposed to no. And before these people start talking about Vegas, no. Some people win, some people lose. And the refs didn't do this. This is Tucker's performance doing this, right? And so, no, I don't think that Tucker is being paid to throw the game. But if you think Tucker's being paid to throw the game, I'd like to hear from you. Let me know your thoughts. Of course, all social media, I'm at The Diamond K Show. And on YouTube, DJ Diamond K. Of course, djdiamondk@gmail.com. Do you think that Justin Tucker is purposely doing this? No, I say no. But I've heard a couple people saying that they think that he's purposely doing this. No. Absolutely not. Of course, I'll be back here tomorrow with the show. And I have a lot of announcements to make. But we're going to do that at another time. We're not going to do that now. This has been real fun. And I will see you guys tomorrow.